What's up, ninjas? Man, is it a freaking hot day here today. What is today? Whack-a-Granny Wednesday, that's right. So I didn't drop this gate. Figure I'll go ahead and do that. Give me a second. We're here at this yard. So I want to go ahead and just cover something briefly before I get started. This is more or less just a talking video and something that's just been on my mind here lately, okay? And it's hot. Truck's reading 90 now here in the shade, but earlier it was reading 101. Oops. Yeah. How you ninjas doing? What's going on? All right, listen. So in business, let me move my finger right here. You guys don't want to see my finger. You want to see my finger, ninjas? See that right there? Yeah, that's a rock. All right. So here lately, I've mentioned this in some of the previous videos here a little bit. For some of you who may not watched it, we've been dealing with a lot of rain. I mean, a lot of rain. I mean, it's just been more rain than usual this time of the year. And I've had to do some stuff that I normally don't have to do, which is not fun. And we'll get into it. So as a business owner, and I don't care what business you do, right? I mean, it could be a lawn care, it could be any kind of business. But as a business owner, one of the things that I learned in school, because I did take business classes and I did finish college, for business, because I originally wasn't going to go into lawn care. Honestly, I was going to do something else. The job that I had at that time, while I was going to school, they were actually telling me like, hey, when you finish your degree, you can come back here and we'll promote you and, give you a position that will, fit you with the degree that you're going for, which was business management. And, but I knew I didn't want to do that. And I didn't know I was going to do lawn care, ninjas, but I discovered real quickly what kind of potential you have in lawn care. And then not to mention you work for yourself. So that was a bonus, right? Instead of working for somebody else. But I discovered what kind of potential you have, and I also knew that I liked doing lawn care, as a kid and helping around the house. I liked mowing grass, But what I've learned, what I've learned is that no matter what business you do, you don't want to lose money. A business cannot lose money, okay? That's the whole point of being called business, right? I mean, you cannot lose money. If you're losing money, you're going to go out of business. So in order to stay in business, you have to make a profit. You can be friends with your customers. You can even be household friends. It doesn't really matter. But what it boils down to at the end is if you're providing a service, they have to pay you, and you have to make enough money to justify your expenses, your overhead, your time, and all these things, right? So, probably in any career as a business owner, there's probably little pocket holes, so to say, where a business could lose some money. Maybe in some profession more than others. But I didn't really, when I got into this, I didn't really think that there was much that you could lose money in business in lawn care. I mean, besides, quoting and underquoting until you kind of get the hang of that. I think we all experienced that at some point or another. I know I did. But what I've also learned, and this hasn't really happened to me too badly. I mean, it's happened a little bit here and there, but nothing enough to where it would stand out. But it caught my attention really really good these last few days, really last few weeks, because we've had so much rain. So in lawn care, what I've discovered, there's a big thing that you can lose money. And that thing is, and I'm talking about losing money without your control. Like if you lose money because you underquoted something, well, you learn from that. And then okay, from now on, I'll never do that again. So that's something that's, you can correct that and fix it and then make sure it doesn't happen again. But this situation in lawn care specifically, really, I guess any landscaping, but I'm talking about lawn care, okay? It's out of your control. And I have been trying to think really hard, how do I go about this? And there's just no way to go about it. So unless there's something out there that I'm not thinking of, and if there is, please, down in the comments, let me know, okay? But the way you're gonna lose money in lawn care the quickest is when it rains and it starts to rain, and let's say you're at a big property, whether it be a commercial or really any property, it doesn't matter. And you start mowing and the rain is aggressive enough for you to be forced to stop. And sometimes you can stop and wait out, go in the truck, just kind of wait out for a minute, let it ease off, and then go back and finish. But here lately for me, that's not been the case. Here lately for me, it's there was just nothing I could do. I had to actually leave. On one occasion, I did share it on Instagram. If you don't follow me at SG_ninjas_official, I did share on my story post how I had to leave. And that was just one incident, but that I shared. There's been several others that I just didn't even share. So how are you going to lose money? Well, when you quote a yard for a specific amount of time that you have figured out that you need to be there. And when the rain affects you and it comes down and doesn't ease off, you are forced to leave, right? You can't just sit there for 2 hours, 3 hours. Heck, it may not stop at all. Could be raining, for the next couple hours, the rest of the day. And you are having to come back, ninjas, the following day or two. Sometimes you may have to wait if it's too wet. And you have to finish that yard. In my opinion, it's realistic. This is your second trip there, so you're technically there for free. Now, yes, the right thing to do, of course, I'm not even questioning this, is to come back and finish that yard. You have to. You didn't get a chance to finish it. But you're losing money. At that point, in my opinion, you're working for free because you've already made one trip out there. Now, this is not your fault. You can't control the weather. But this is not the customer's fault neither. They can't control the weather. It's not like he or she is sitting in that house and watching outside with a remote control and they're like, haha, my lawn care guy just showed up. Click, rain. Yeah. You can't do it. That doesn't exist. So it's not their fault. It's not your fault. But it is your duty and responsibility to come back and finish that yard. This is the second lawn care company second one that's passed me since I've been talking to you ninjas here. This neighborhood stays busy. So, in my opinion, that is how you lose money in lawn care. You have to come back and finish that yard, but you're not making any money. And what if that yard happens to be a 30-minute drive or a 20-minute drive? It doesn't really matter. The fact is, maybe you have employees with you on the clock, the fuel again to go out there to that yard. It's just, there's no way around it. And every single possible way that I'm trying to think of, how can I justify this, or how can I, not lose money in that area? There's nothing that I can think of. It's not the customer's fault and it's not your fault. So you just have to lose money when it comes to that. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it with a passion when I pull up at a yard and I can't finish it and I have to come back the next day or two, depending on the weather. If you were to ask me what is the worst part about lawn care ninjas, I would probably say that's it. I absolutely cannot stand when I pull up that I cannot finish that property so I can get paid and move on, that I have to come back. So yeah, let me know, is there anything, is that's just something we as lawn guys have to accept? Or is there something else out there that I'm just not thinking of? Because that's just driving me crazy. I run my business very precise. May sometimes not seem like it, because if I'm a little goofy or joking, especially if I'm making a video, or maybe we're just goofing around in the truck when I have employees with me, I'm just like that throughout my day. I like to, it makes the day go by quicker. But there's so much stuff in the background that I do and that I count and that I look at and that I watch for that I don't necessarily share on my videos, or I don't point it out every day. I don't breathe down people's necks if I have someone working for me. But I have my calculations and I do things specifically. And some of it has to do with what I've learned. Some of it has to do in school, and some of it is what I've learned through experiences, right? Mistakes and stuff, as I'm doing this now for 12, 13 years, whatever. So yeah, I run a very tight schedule, and certain things have to be done, certain amounts have to be made that I've made for myself. I think I made a video a little bit on this. I've touched on it. So yeah, I wanted to just throw that out there. Let me know if there is something out there that I'm not thinking of. But I think in any career, there's probably certain ways companies lose money. But in lawn care, I think that is one of them. And there's just absolutely nothing you can do. Can't blame the customer. It's not your fault neither. But you've got to come back and do it. And at that point, in my opinion, you're working for free. Just because of your time. Not because you didn't complete the job. You got to come back and do it, of course. But you got to make that trip all the way out there. If you have employees on the clock, the wear and tear, the time is everything, ninjas. We'll save that for another video. All right, I got to get back. Got to go slice and dice this one, and I got a couple more granny yards right up the road, and then I'm gonna call it quits for today. Tomorrow's gonna be another busy day. Man, it has been hot. Ninjas, stay cool, stay hydrated, man. Drink lots of water, of course, but I do have one of these body armors. Actually, I have about 2 of them a day, and then the rest is just water. But yeah, let me know what you think. But I think that is the number one in losing money in lawn care. Hope everyone's having a good day. Good night. Hope everyone's having a good day. I gotta go.